Listen. Girls are so damn petty. I swear to God. Back in the day when I was much smaller and stupider, I ran in middle school. Like I took everything I wanted to, lunch money, you name it. But my one weakness, my kryptonite, man, even if you dare say that, was I had no clue what to do when it came to females, man. I was too scared to approach them, too scared to do any of that. But you have to understand this, I went to a private school, okay? Now, I wasn't necessarily rich, but I wasn't like dirt poor either. I was middle class. So, at this private school, most girls, especially if you know private schools, most girls there are mid. Probably a little lower than mid too, if you dare say. So, your boy had no desire to chase these females. Until one day, I saw this girl. We'll call her Asia. She was the most beautiful thing ever, I'm telling you. But the first time I tried to talk to her, it was, oh my God, it was, hey, how you doing, man? Like, what the was that? After that, I never really talked to her until we had a trip to Washington, D.C. Almost every school has one of these, a trip to Washington, D.C. And she happened to go to Washington, D.C. as well. So I ended up sharing a hotel room with the boys. I got to pick out my partners and shit like that. And Asia happened to be right next door to me. Now, one of my boys, Alex, his girlfriend happened to be really good friends with Asia. So naturally, I started talking to Asia a lot more. And on the trip, Alex told me that Asia was looking for a boyfriend. Now, of course, she was talking about me. Who else could it be? So it was my time to shine. Who's gonna take this moment from me? It's my time to shine. But the thing is, I had no clue how to ask her to be my girlfriend. So what did I do? The only natural thing. Looked it up on WikiHow. And I remember it so clearly. So if y'all are looking for advice, here it goes. First, you ask her on a walk. And then when the time is right, ask the question. So during the DC trip, we ended up, going to the mall where you buy all this stuff on the last little stop of the trip. So we went to this mall. And at this mall, I bought her some food and we ended up sharing a table with each other. Now, while we were sharing the food, she did the unthinkable. She leaned back on me. My heart was beating out of my chest. I could not control it. And when she leaned back on me, I knew it was time. I said, "Shawty, let's go on a walk." So I was taking her on a walk and my brain was going down all the different possible timelines, like some Doctor Strange stuff. And I eventually gathered the courage to ask, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And this bitch responded with, "Maybe. I don't know." I just said, I bet. So the last day of the field trip comes and I get a text that said, "We need to talk." Now, if you ever got this type of text, it is never good. So we eventually meet up and she tells me, I'm just not ready for a relationship right now." That one phrase ruined the rest of my trip. And I never had the confidence to talk to girls after that. However, a couple months later, everyone got their yearbooks and we were signing them. Asia comes up to me and asks to sign my yearbook. So I let her sign it and she handed it back and ran away. And when I looked inside, it said, "I heart you."
When she see me, she smiling. She said I on her son, I make her scream all the time. She said she can't lose me, I'm forever and I'm right.
Shawty, you not even mine. Shawty, you wasting your time. She had to go to the line. She be like, "Baby, you fine." I was like, "Baby, you lying." She was like, "No, I am not. I really like you a lot."